guys, yes, I'm Kristina from Leafy Luster, and today I want to give you part 2 of the Anthurium Warocqueanum Propagation video. I know you have been dying to see the results of that one. I will give you a short rundown of everything that I have done leading up to the propagation, everything that happened since then, and how all of the propagations look today, if they are still with us or not. With this said, let's get right into it. Exactly 3 months ago, I decided to propagate my Anthurium Warocqueanum. The mission was to take a top cutting and not stunt the beautiful growth on it. Let's rewind a little bit. I prepared the plant as well as I could. I air layered the stem with sphagnum moss. I just wrapped it around. The plant will produce new roots on the stem that will grow into the moss and then eventually into the soil if you do it long enough. I was able to take a top cutting with 3 leaves. A top cutting with 3 leaves and a pretty good root system already. I was able to pot it up immediately into soil, as well as I think 3 little stem cuttings with no leaves at all, but a really good root system already established as well. With this method of air layering, you will increase the success rate of your propagations a lot. You can do it with any plant that has a node that you can wrap around some moss. It's not necessary for all plants, but a few expensive plants that you really want to make sure that they thrive, you should consider air layering beforehand. After placing the propagations in the propagation box with a lot of light, warmth and humidity, the waiting game began. Let's jump forward about 3 weeks. To prove my point, after only 3 weeks I already noticed some new growth activating on the stem cuttings. I noticed that some of the auxiliary buds were already growing, which made me very happy in the first place, but also just shows how fast the propagations can go, and I attribute this solely to the very well established root system on all of these stem cuttings, because this way the plant can immediately go to regrowing and starting fresh. Jumping forward another 2 weeks. Coming back from my vacation in Denmark, I was greeted with the best surprise I could ever hope for. When I looked into my prop box, there were little tiny baby leaves. After 5 to 6 weeks, I was already seeing new leaves on the stems. I was expecting the leaves to be pretty small actually. By the way, the top cutting was still doing fine, no new growth though. It wasn't dying, but it also wasn't doing a lot. Since it was a slow growth for me before anyways, I was not giving up hope. Which leads us to present day, and I know it's the thing you have all been waiting for, and I'm going to show you now. Ta-da! This is the grand reveal. Here are all of the propagations, all of the stumps, and then the top cutting over here. So let me walk you through it. As you can see, they have in fact increased quite a bit in size, approximately as big as my hand. I had to take them out of the prop box because the leaves were bending over at the bottom. Now they are just living out and about in my kitchen grow shelf space, and they seem to be doing fine. Today it's exactly 3 months of growth on these propagations. These leaves are already hardened off. So far we don't have signs of new leaves. You might be wondering, well, didn't she take 3 cuttings? Why do I see 4 leaves? So let me tell you, this little cutting here is looking gorgeous. First of all, on the stump, 2 of the auxiliary buds have activated. So this goes to show that you're pretty much on the safe side if you take a little bit bigger chunks to propagate. This way you make sure that at least one of them will sprout. In this case, I got lucky. I got 2 activated auxiliary buds and now I have 2 growing plants. I could divide this one up even more. I think I will leave it that way actually. So if both of them will continue growing, this would be so cool to have a plant with 2 growth points. Yeah, so we will see about that. Then we also have this little fella. The leaves are already a little bit damaged because I am very clumsy, especially with Anthurium leaves. You know that you are not allowed to touch them, move them, do anything to them. Otherwise they will get marks. They are very, very sensitive. Moving on to the top cutting. That was our main goal actually. I didn't want it to lose this beautiful new leaf. As you can see, it's still on there. The 2 leaves that already looked shitty in the beginning are looking a little bit worse now. I think they will be leaving us soon. The question we are all asking, is it giving us a new leaf or not? And the answer is yes, it is. So here you can see the new leaf that is coming in actually. It has a little bit of a broken tip because it got stuck, or I don't know if I was clumsy or not. I was almost sure that the leaf that was coming in at the time we propagated it would leave as well, but it stayed strong. I'm having an eye on it every day. I'm pretty hyped that it's giving me a new leaf. I will definitely let you know once the leaf is unfurled, either in my community tab post or on Instagram. We have our successfully propagated stumps, we have our top cutting that is continuing to grow, and I have a 100% success rate with my propagations. If you have any additional comments or questions, then leave them down below. I would love to chat with you. I'll leave this video right here for you to watch next, and until next time, enjoy your plants. Goodbye!